Episode
659.
Stop! Avengers!
Come in my love cupboard.
BRB UK. Worse teeth, better accents.
Hello and welcome to episode 659 of BRB UK. I am Coleman. Hi, and welcome to this here podcast, the podcast that belongs to BigRedBarrel.com. Go check the website out. Anyway, no Dan this week, but I am joined as always by one Tim.
Just one?
Well, one day I'll have two Tims, and then what will we do? Ooh.
As long as one of them is tiny, then it'll be appropriate for Christmas.
AI Tim. AA Tim. That's the alcoholic Tim. Or one who's really good at roadside assistance.
I swear that was of some sort of anomaly, having intelligence and Tim put together. It's not natural.
No, those words don't belong together. Anyway, how are you, Tim?
I am okay. How is you, Scotland?
Good. I am okay also. I've been
Good.
starting to sound like a broken record. Very busy. Very busy at work.
That's unusual for you.
Yeah, I know.
In the
crazy,
petrol
right?
station.
It has been.
People need petrol a lot.
It's been a busy year. What can I say? All right. Well, I played a little bit of a game.
Oh,
and I know I've mostly been playing on the I completely forgot the name of it already. The Clover slot
Clover
machine. Yeah, I keep forgetting this terrible name. I keep playing that game on the tube. That's the most gaming I get to do.
I have rolled credits on that game.
I didn't know you could roll credits on that
Yeah,
game.
neither did I. You can escape, Coleman. I have escaped. Spoilers, but yeah.
Okay.
It's
cool.
weird, like having
going.
done that, I'd gone further in the game than I did, but you do get to a point where you can actually roll credits. And it actually discouraged me from going back and playing more of the game, which I might have done otherwise, I think.
Fair enough.
Weird, but yeah. But I liked it. It was good to the end, and I'll probably go back and mess around with it at some point in the future as well. A good game.
Yeah. I mean, considering I'm only playing it in like short little increments, like 30 minutes at a time, I am really getting into that game. But I did play something else a little bit more today. Not as much as you, I'm sure, but I had a bit of a go at some Game Pass streaming in my lunch break today, and I did play a little bit of Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Oh.
And I know you want to talk about that, Tim.
I do.
You've also been playing Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
I have quite a fair bit of it. Don't know how much, but some. What's your initial impressions? Because my initial impressions are pretty good, and then they changed slightly, and then changed again.
Well, I will just to give it a little bit of an intro. This is the same creators that worked on the Turtles arcade game, right? Not arcade game, but the Love Letter to the Turtles arcade game. Yeah, I've completely forgotten the name of that one, but that was also really, really good and had a lot of fan service. And
Shredder's Revenge, I believe.
Shredder's Revenge, that's right. And had a lot of support.
Not Shedder's Revenge.
So
it's not about people that make sheds, Coleman.
No, people that molt like me.
Oh, right, okay.
It's all gone. No, so the same kind of pedigree behind that game as this one, and I will say, like, as much as I enjoyed the Turtles game, going, this is it's a lot of fan service. They supported it for a while. It's fun to play through. I enjoyed going from sort of start to finish in a night and went, I'm done. This one, I feel plays a lot better. This kind of it gives me the feeling of like an X-Men Children of the Atom, or name your arcade 2D scrolling beat 'em up here.
Simpsons arcade game,
yeah, anything like that. But it seems to it feels like they've taken out the kind of the forced difficulty to go, hey, you spend more money that you would get in an arcade game, and this feels a lot more approachable and fun.
Yes, that was very much my initial impression, and let's go into some of the good points and some of the highs and stuff like that. I think there's a greater character variety than in Turtles. Obviously, you've got the 4 Turtles, and there were slight differences between those characters, and then you had the ancillary characters on top of that as well. But this is a slightly bigger roster than that even, and I think there is more variety in those characters, which is generally a good thing, with a slight exception. I do think some of the characters seem a little bit weaker than others, and some seem a bit stronger.
I thought that at first, and then I kind of played around with a few of them, and because I started off with Spider-Man Wolverine combo and went, yeah, these are great. They're like, both fast paced, and it's like, well, I need someone who flies, so I went for an Iron Man, and then I teamed up with Cap. And I was like, oh, I feel like I'm getting my butt handed to me a lot more with Cap and Iron Man. It's like, okay, no, I just need to practice.
Yes, they do play differently, I think, and
you've got your faster, quicker to pick up characters, and you've got to kind of work it out.
And given the variety of enemies, as you say, there is a need to, it feels like there's a need to have a flying character and a non-flying character. If anyone doesn't know, one of the big differences between this and all the other games you just mentioned is that you can on the fly switch between 2 characters, and you can also have that secondary character that you're not currently playing as come in and do like a team up move and stuff like that. Although, I don't know about you, I kind of wished that they were a bit more like the Simpsons arcade character team-up stuff, and I don't know if that's something that happens in co-op. I did try and reach out to you and Dan to see this week if you had time to play co-op yesterday, and neither of you did, unfortunately, and I would like to try that. And I think a lot of the problems that I have with the structure of the campaign mode stem from playing it in single-player only, whereas I think a lot of those things would be alleviated in playing it in multiplayer. And also, it's something that is alleviated just by the arcade mode because it's slightly different. So campaign mode sees you playing through level by level, and where there's a fork in the path where it goes off in 2 different directions, you have to play through both of those levels to then progress onto the next level. Whereas in the arcade structure, you choose which level you're actually going to, and then the second level that you don't choose, you don't get to play on that playthrough at all, basically, which I think streamlines the game a little bit. But also, right. I don't want to be too critical of the game because I think it is good, bordering on extremely good, and somewhere in that sort of region. But I think I had a slight problem in the fact that I went in with quite high expectations as a game I was generally looking forward to. I liked the last game that they worked on, Turtles. And I like this genre of games generally. And as I said, a lot of the problems I have will probably be alleviated by co-op, but there's a weird thing where how they've structured the campaign mode of the game particularly, I didn't have a problem with in the early parts of the game, but it soon becomes a problem as you get a bit further in. Okay. And it's a weird problem to have that I don't think was present in Turtles, basically. Yeah. So the structure of the game is such that as you go through the levels, it encourages you to play with a certain pairing of characters in the campaign mode, at least, where the kind of story will line up with those characters more, and they are the characters that are going through the level, to the point where if you don't pick those characters, they are doing the kind of voiceover parts that kind of have the narrative thread of the level as you go through, as you play through it, basically.
Yeah.
So, for instance, if you're not playing as, say, Black Panther and Venom in one level, you will hear those 2 characters narrating part of the story and talking to the end game baddie as you go through that. Yeah.
It's there for the cutscenes and what have you.
Yeah, exactly. So the structure of the game encourages you to play as those characters, but the structure of the game doesn't lend itself well to doing that later on in the thing. In the early parts of the game, it's fine, but because you're leveling up characters as you go throughout the game, if you've played as different characters all the way through your game, you get to a point where suddenly you can get to the boss fight relatively easily, but beating the boss with those characters takes a few too many turns because you need to level them up for them to be competitive against that boss, which is a weird kind of,
And I think that's to kind of install a sort of artificial longevity to the game. So you're going to keep playing over different levels as the same characters to try and level them up, or maybe go over into the arcade mode. I mean, I haven't checked. If you go into arcade mode to level up characters, does that then move over to the campaign mode?
Because
Okay,
I
so that's
basically
probably why.
I did exact same as you. I started Spider-Man and Wolverine, and then I switched it out because I was
Great
like a flying character, and went with Captain America and Iron Man. So like we both did the same thing pretty much.
Did you do it on the shield level as well? And then it just turned out those were the two characters you were meant to play as?
Possibly. I can't remember exactly now, but yeah. So
That's
it was
what I
along those
went,
sorts of lines anyway. But
well, I didn't realize because then the next level, I think it was Wolverine and the way they kind of get it, it's not just the cutscenes and the voiceovers and stuff, but you have certain objectives within a level that you'll need those characters to fulfill the objectives and get 3 stars within each level. So the next one, I went Wolverine and Storm because I was following it, and then I went back and oh, what should I pick that time? I went, oh, Iron Man and Captain America.
Yes,
that's
right, yeah. So there's a narrative like reason to do that, but there's also, as you say, an in-game achievement type system that encourages you to do that as well. But as I said, like if you take characters through the arcade modes, then they level up. So I initially tried the arcade mode with 2 of the characters that I hadn't played in the campaign mode that just hadn't been directed to at one point. So I tried Rocket and Ghost Rider, and slightly because I hadn't really got used to them, but I felt Rocket seemed like one of the really underpowered characters. Ghost Rider I liked in like mechanically in terms of, you know, his moves and his moveset, but I didn't like that Ghost Rider. Like I hate to say, you know, it's not my Ghost Rider, but I think there's a new form of Ghost Rider that I'm just not familiar with that is based on. And
Hispanic
I like
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. Like, because am I right in thinking there's a third Ghost Rider these days that I'm not as familiar? Am I right in thinking there's a third Ghost Rider that I'm not familiar with? Because it was Johnny Blaze and then it was Robbie Reyes, I think, basically. But it's another one.
Oh, if there's a third one, I'm not sure.
Okay, because that's why I'm not sure. Because I thought Robbie Reyes had a car, and this Ghost Rider has a bike and a bucket on his head.
Yeah.
And just, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm out of the loop with
yes,
comics.
exactly. I think I'm out of the loop on that one. I think I'm not. So I'd say it's not my Ghost Rider, but I just didn't connect with that character. But also, playing through the arcade mode, like, I was like, well, Rocket seems really underpowered, and it felt like, because you can just continue. So I just picked different characters and continued. And then I got like through the rest of the game just playing Beta Ray Bill. I didn't quite finish the game. I got up to like Thanos, I think. But so I played as Beta Ray Bill and Wolverine because they were 2 of the like preferred characters that I'd played before. And even though neither of them had a flying ability, both of them are quite good at dealing with air characters because they've got good range on their kind of uppercut type moves.
Yeah. I love that Wolverine kind of grab characters and just keep stabbing them. That's good.
And Wolverine seems particularly overpowered compared to a lot of characters. His healing factor just makes it very good through playing through arcade in general. But then his moveset seems pretty useful and pretty good as well. And then I found Beta Ray Bill is excellent because the throwing of Stormbreaker means that you can kind of trap enemies with it and do stuff with it that's interesting. And that's good against bosses, and it's good against like just different.
I still need to try him, but I love that they put in Beta Ray Bill rather than Thor. But I'm assuming that's because even though you've got your roster of characters, and then you've got a couple of question marks of the ones that a couple of empty slots of the ones that you're going to grab. There's a lot of black space to the left and right of that character roster screen, so I'm assuming we're going to get DLC characters along the ways or update characters along the ways. You could just palette swap a Beta Ray Bill and go Thor. It's kind of his whole gimmick.
The MacGuffin reasoning story is, Thor's out rescuing the universe or something. Like he's doing something more important at the moment. So he actually goes to Asgard and he's not there. And that's one of the levels where you're sort of encouraged to play Beta Ray Bill. And like he's
the Rainbow Bridge does look awesome.
Yeah,
it's got that kind of
that level's good, and
on.
But that's the thing. Like the structure of the game takes away from my enjoyment a bit because there's been 2 levels that I've got sick of the sight of now. Even though I really liked them at first, and that's one of them basically. So yeah, like it's weird. Like I think I got through that one, and I haven't got through it's the level where the collector is kind of collecting. Again, I really liked that level at first. I'm now slightly sick of the sight of it, basically. So it was somewhere, Coleman, not nowhere. So I just think it's a slightly odd choice in how they encourages you to do that, but the design of the game makes it so that makes it more difficult. Like you have to play through the same level again and again to get through it. And as I said, that may be offset by if you were playing the arcade mode, you could at least pick different characters, even if like one of you was picking one of the characters you needed for the level and another a different character, just so that and then, or you could mix it up, like one of you's the pairing of characters, one of you's another set of characters. It's helped mix it up a bit in terms of at least I could be leveling up different characters while playing through that level and not having to feel like I was banging my head against a brick wall playing the same level again and again, basically. But yeah, and as I said, like it felt a bit weird that like Rocket Raccoon is a little underpowered, especially compared to like the stronger characters like Wolverine. Yeah. It felt like he was missing like some of his teammates, basically. Groot being the most notable. And then there's some games where you've had both of them as one character, basically. So maybe
I will
that
say,
would be a better idea.
There is a reason why a lot of footage out there, a lot of reviews and first impressions and stuff, there is a real reason why a lot of that footage contains She-Hulk and a lot of She-Hulk. She's very good.
Yeah, she's pretty good. She also, like, that's one of the things that I felt was weird. Like, I like the character variety and I like having to like mix up the way you play the game to play different characters. But it also felt a bit weird that like she's got a throw, which is quite useful in a lot of circumstances. Mm-hmm. And then other characters don't have a throw type move. And then only some characters can fly, as we alluded to before, and then only some characters have projectile type moves. And yeah, so it feels like in some levels you really have to play as certain characters or have a flying character to be able to get over, particular environmental hazards or deal with particular enemies. And if you don't have one of those characters or a character of that type, you're kind of punished for not doing so, basically.
Right. I mean, I just like that it's an eclectic character selection. Like you say, usually if you've got Rocket and Groot, there tend to be one character, Rocket on Groot's shoulder, the movie. You've got your Cap, you got your Iron Man, you got your Spider-Man, your Wolverine, but then no Hulk, no Thor, no Black Widow. It's just Beta Ray Bill, you don't get enough in video games unless they're Lego games. So that's been pretty cool. I like all the eclectic taste. And again, this studio tends to support their games. We saw with the Turtle Shredder's Revenge, you get a lot of DLC characters thrown in after the fact. So I'm sure you'll get your classic favorites along the way patched in afterwards.
I expect to see like Star-Lord and stuff as well, like things that have become more like, because a lot of the characters are more unusual characters, like from before. Spider-Man's obviously a big headline character, but it's not often, as you say, we get Venom. It's not often we get like Silver Surfer and Beta Ray Bill. So like there are like characters that are a bit more out there that have become a bit more headline news since that. But even Iron Man used to be a bit more of a fringe character and is more mainstream these days.
And he is that kind of character in this game as well, which I really liked, because it's to show you what the universe is. Like, okay, we're in the crazy universe where all this stuff is going on, but also there's like one little throwaway line when you're fighting against Taskmaster and Iron Man says, how much are you charging? Tony Stark could pay you more. Yeah. He's like, I don't want to know about your boss. It's like, we're doing the universe where Iron Man's his bodyguard. That's good. I like that.
But yeah, there's lots of there's lots of like little one-liners for like good comic effect, and also like when you're playing through that level where the collector's got all their stuff in the background, there's lots of like nice little cameos and stuff.
Yeah, but I should have stuck a couple of turtles in there or something.
Yeah. But She-Hulk makes references to the fact there's lots of cameos there as well. So like she's kind of breaking.
She's doing her fourth wall breaking, right?
Fourth wall breaking stuff.
I mean, that's what she does.
Yeah, and then like her and Peter Parker, Spider-Man teaming up, and he will be like, you should give him your business card, Jen. Or like when he calls her out to do a team up movie, he's like, I'm lawyering up, or I'm calling my lawyer, or like there's lots of like little one-liners when you have a particular pairing working together and stuff as well, which work well. And yeah, like I think it's got a load of nice, really little touches. I was a bit surprised that the campaign mode did kind of work against itself a little bit in some ways, in terms of kind of like encouraging you to play one way and then making it so that isn't an ideal way to play it. It seemed a bit strange. Like, my advice there is to possibly play the arcade mode first, or definitely look to play it in co-op, because it seems like a game that is designed to play that way, but also better when it is, basically.
Now, here's a question, and I don't want you to Google it because I did try earlier and I had no luck. But there's cross-play on this game. Is there cross-progression, do you know?
Don't know. I hope so, because I'm planning on cancelling my Game Pass thing, and this would be a good game to play on my PlayStation Pool if that ever turns up.
Well, I was gonna say because I was contemplating buying this on Steam Deck, and I thought, you know what, yeah. I'll play it on Game Pass for now, and then I might pick it up in the future if I can move progression across. Yeah. If I can't, then I might as well just get it on Steam now rather than wait for it to go down in price and stop playing it on Xbox, because I'm early enough that I can do that. It's not a big problem. But yeah, this looks like a game that I just want to keep playing, and this might become a new travel game for me because I need one of those. Also, a little tip for us fans of the 90s era arcade machines, particularly. But there is an option in the options menu to put on CRT mode, or even better, like the curved CRT mode. I hate the CRT modes in games. They always look really bad. No, I don't always like it. I think this game particularly looks much better in CRT mode. So you might want to try it. I will try it, but yeah. I just hate fake scan lines. They never look convincing. I've never seen a game where I'm like, yeah, that's great. It doesn't look too bad. Like, literally, I had it on the other day, and my missus walked in and went, "Why are you playing a game from the 90s?" I was like, well, yeah. It successfully captures that vibe. Anyway, Marvel Cosmic Invasion is out now. It's available on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch 2, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. I'm assuming also Xbox One, although not listed. So the Xbox family of consoles. It's $24.99, but it's also included in Game Pass. I'm not sure if it's Game Pass like the premium level or just Game Pass in general, but it says Game Pass. So also, there you go. On that note, if we can transition into I have a question, Mr. Coleman. Okay. I have a question for you. Go on then. I was looking at the different Game Pass options the other day, right? Uh-huh. And it now words things a bit differently to how it used to, right? Yes. So you've got whatever the top, Ultimate, I think, is the top level, right? And then Premium and Essential, I believe it's now labeled as the different options, right? So if I go down from Ultimate to Premium or Essential, do I still get access to the games that came on Game Pass and I have downloaded and started playing before I change my subscription? Or will I instantly lose access to, say, Marvel Cosmic Invasion as soon as I change my subscription? Yeah, if they're not available on that tier, I believe you will lose access to it. Because you're basically renting the access to that game. If you're not paying for the right subscription, then they'll take it away from you. This deal's getting worse all the time. If that's the case, I don't see the point in keeping any level of Game Pass if I cancel it. I mean, that's the caveat you make for not getting not buying the game yourself. Yeah, because it seems to say the Netflix something like of games. Yeah, but it seems to say like 400 plus games in Ultimate, 200 plus games in Premium, and even less in Essential. But then it also says like day one games in Essential, and some games like up to a year after in like the Premium edition. Oh no! So I'm guessing. Cross-eyed. But that's the thing. I'm guessing I'm going to lose a load of games that basically anything I've played this year almost I will lose access to as soon as I downgrade it. So I'm like, yeah, you lose. So why am I paying for it at all? Like, what are you doing? Like, so the top level is the one you want if you want to get all your day one exclusives and stuff. But if you go, if you're just looking for a games library like a Netflix of games, then any of the other things will be for you. Right, but I'm going to lose all access to
all the games I'm currently interested in still playing, like Avowed,
Yeah.
like.
So you have
what's the name?
to you have to play other games, Tim, until a year later when they come to those platforms.
No, yeah, but what I'm saying is there's no point in me currently paying for the second
I see.
option.
Oh, yeah, completely.
But if I don't pay for the second option, there's no point in me paying for the third either. That's an even worse deal. So I will give them. I'll either give them all the money or no money. Like, that's my two options at the moment. Like, it doesn't seem like the middle options are a good deal.
Well, yeah, the whole point of me using, I mean, personally, the only point of me using Game Pass is because of the day one games that I can talk about on this podcast without having to put down the full price for it and trying a few things out. But if I were to downgrade, personally, there wouldn't be much value in that for me.
No.
However, if I wasn't doing a podcast and looking for brand new games to play, maybe it would be, because, it's a Netflix of games. It's a big library of stuff to pick from.
But it just means, like, if I stop paying them that money, because I've got the S particularly, and I don't have any games that I have on disc.
Got an X, it's kind of collecting dust over it.
Well, yeah, because otherwise I've got a useless piece of plastic which does nothing to me.
I've got two useless bits of plastic. One's used to stream channels on, and the other one just sits under the TV again. Hey, remember me? Every now and then I'll hit the wrong channel on my TV and it switches on. Like, oh yeah, you.
But yeah, like, it just seems really weird. Like, it just seems like they don't. It seems like, rather than go, like, we've got greedy, so we don't want any of your money now. And it's like, what? Why? How did you think that's a good idea? Like, I'm definitely gonna. I was gonna downgrade it for like a period of time until a good game came out. But if I lose access to all the games that I have now, like, why even downgrade it? I'll just cancel it completely. Like, it seems really stupid.
Sorry, a cat just opened the door from the inside, and I'm trying to work out how they did that.
They're inside the room, Coleman.
Well, I mean, pulled the door towards them. Okay.
They can do that.
Usually they kind of
reach up and open.
No, usually they just kind of sit there and meow at me until I open the door.
Oh, yeah.
But I just noticed the door open, and I had a look, and the cat walked out. I'm like, how did you do that?
Right, but just because a cat can do something for itself doesn't mean it's not going to just meow and get you to do it for them when it can. Why not?
That's a new thing. Anyway, right. Okay. Cats ahoy. Yeah, Game Pass continues to be bad. I think I'm also getting ready to leave. I just can't think of. I mean, we just had the last big release for us.
Yeah.
This year, I think. So yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm sticking around for. It might be that thing of stop subscribing, wait till a new game comes, and subscribe, and forget to cancel for.
Yeah, but then I was looking at the release schedule coming up, and there's a couple of half interesting games and things that I would have played, like, had I just been subscribing. But I'm like, but they're not things that are worth me subscribing for. And you've now put that decision in my head where I'm like, okay, so I guess I'll just cancel.
I mean,
Thanks.
Again, the only reason I subscribed to Game Pass is for the Day One games. I tried subscribing to PlayStation Plus. I went for the, I subscribed to it anyway for the online component. I upgraded previously to Premium because there was an offer like 2 years ago, whenever it was. And I got absolutely no benefit out of it. I didn't play a single game out of Premium. So I went, well, that was pointless because there's no Day One release. If they did the same on PlayStation, I'd totally be there doing the same thing there. So,
but there does seem to be more games that come to that service than they used to. But they don't necessarily.
Yeah, but they're not. They're not going.
You have to have the top level thing to do it, but.
Yeah, but they're not going, hey, Death Stranding 2 launches on PlayStation Plus Premium. Otherwise, I would be a premium subscriber.
But I also think this increase by Xbox is the admission that isn't quite working for them in the current environment. So, I think the model is absolute bobbins. I think behind the scenes they've kind of shot themselves in the foot. They had this idea. It was a good idea. It worked out well for them. The more they try to get more subscribers and expand on it,
they've been able to tout like the amount of new subscribers they get, but they're very hush about like the retention of subscribers.
Yeah, it was very short-termism, I think. And I think, I don't know about you.
And when you do promotions like, hey, if you sign up, it's £1 for a month, you're going to get a high increase in subscribers.
Yeah, that's true. But then I also think my thoughts is like, apparently Call of Duty had a lot less people playing it this year, even though it was on Game Pass, basically, yeah? And I'd much rather they kept the two separate. I'd much rather they'd have charged separately for Call of Duty, not put it on day one and not increase the price. I think that would have been better for everyone involved. Like, I don't understand why they thought that would be enough of a draw to bring enough people to make that financially make sense. And when it didn't financially make sense, I don't know why they didn't go, right, we're just divorcing Call of Duty from Game Pass. It's one less thing. When most of you signed up, that wasn't part of the deal anyway. We're just going to sell that separately. Like, and then they wouldn't have had to shoot themselves in the foot this way. Like, it just seems stupid.
I mean, after talking to some Call of Duty fans offline, I would say it would have been better if they made a better Call of Duty game, probably.
That would help too, yeah.
In general. So, yeah. I think Battlefield and now... is it Battlefield or Front? I always mix those two up. Battlefield and Arc Raiders are kind of taking the lead over Call of Duty at the moment. I don't know if it is sales-wise, but, you know, hey-ho. Seems more popular. Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's do some news.
They're on the increase when Call of Duty is declining, at least. But
let's do some news, Tim. So first of all, Game Awards, that's coming next week, I believe, or the week
next
after.
Week, like the same night we're recording. No, I think 11th. I think.
Yeah. There's, I mean, the Game Awards. I'm not really bothered about the Game Awards. It's something we like to kind of
say it isn't so common.
We joke around with. I don't watch the full ceremony. I wake up the next day and I go, show me all the game trailers that were in the Game Awards. I could not give a stuff who won.
I watched the ceremony, but I fast forward through all the musical bits. Like I prefer to watch it afterwards than live.
I'm more into the BAFTA Game Awards. However, I don't watch that either. I just look up the results afterwards. I think award shows are incredibly boring. However,
but like I think it is made more exciting. And one thing, I know the Game Awards gets a lot of criticism, but I do think it's got one thing over and above stuff like the Oscars and other award ceremonies that I find massively boring. No, just the fact that they've got trailers and actual new game announcements. That's one thing that I think would benefit the Oscars, and I don't know why I haven't cottoned on to that being a good idea for them. But yeah, like I do think that makes the whole thing more exciting, more approachable. But like it does seem in recent years that they kind of cram in the awards a little bit. Like they seem to play second fiddle to the rest of the content a little bit. But
I like one of my favorite things that they've been doing at the Game Awards over the last few years, and these are the clips that I will watch, is getting the random Hollywood person that could not give a stuff. Like
I'm being paid to be.
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember if that was Game Awards or Xbox in general, but Harrison Ford getting trotted out for the Indiana Jones game. Yeah, Al Pacino being at a Game Award. Why is Al Pacino at the Game Awards?
I mean, at least Keanu made some sense, like, you know.
Well, yes.
He was in a video game.
But Al Pacino doesn't play video games. He's like, Pac-Man, ooh-ah. You know, he's not there to... Hey guys, I love Arc Raiders. I'm Al Pacino. None of that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing which random Hollywood celebrity gets dragged out of the dusty coffins and stuck on stage. We'll see. Anyway, sorry, Game Awards is coming, and there has been a very strange little tease going on. There's a demonic statue that's been erected in the Mojave Desert. Which has been tagged with a baffling line called Regal Inspiring Thickness.
Thickness?
And yes, and this is like the talk of the internet at the moment. Everyone's trying to work out what this is. There's a lot of points to, is this some kind of Diablo 4 update? Apparently not. Is it something to do with God of War? Cory Balrog went, no. Is it Doom? Is it Bloodborne? Is it Half-Life 3? No one knows what this statue is about. So if you've got an idea, let us know. If not, we'll find out the day after the Game Awards when I go back and look at the results afterwards.
So something royal, if it's regal, like something
Mhm.
royal,
Yes.
something to look up to, inspiring,
Me. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and something thick. Prince Charles. I think it's Prince Charles. That's what I'm going with.
King Charles.
Yep. Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Prince anymore. The king
been a
formerly
while.
known as Prince.
Been a while. Al Pacino's dad is called Sol Pacino. Fun fact.
Sol
Thanks, Neil.
Pacino.
Good.
Yes.
Yes. So there's a statue. We'll find out what that tease is about.
Right.
It shoots lasers and stuff. It's very weird. Little bit of an update. Remember Marathon? Remember the game that was meant to be this year?
Snickers before Snickers, yeah?
Yeah, sure. We'll do that joke every single time we talk about Marathon.
Yep. It's good. Recycling jokes is good for the environment, Coleman.
This was the, talk about recycling. This was the Bungie game. Well, sorry, this is the Bungie game that was meant to be the big release this year, the follow-up from Destiny. And it's another, what's the type of shooter they call this?
Looter shooter.
No, it's not a looter shooter. No, it's a,
no?
I forget. What's Arc Raiders called?
That was a looter shooter.
Genre. It's not a looter shooter. Looter shooter's Destiny.
Is it? Oh,
yes.
Extraction shooter.
There you go. It was an extraction shooter.
I don't care about it either. That's my problem.
Yeah. It had a very unique style to it. And it turns out the reason it had a very unique style to it is because they may have plagiarized a lot of its style. So if you remember this, we were talking about Fern Hook, who is a online designer. They put a lot of their stuff online. They do a lot of posters and things. And they kind of looked at Bungie's work and went, "Hey, that's mine." And they spoke out about it. I swear
they both stole it from Wipeout, but you know.
Yeah. It's a very unique style. I can see why they've nicked it. I like it. But they ended up reaching out, and this whole thing kicked off, and there was a bunch of different people that said, "Hey, my thing's been nicked, and my thing's been nicked, and my thing's been nicked." But
they stole it off me, Coleman.
Yeah.
I'll take some money.
Oh, what happened there? Tim, you just got kicked out. Are you there? Hello, Tim? Tim's devices are not connected. Apparently my internet is fine and Tim got kicked out. Shall we kick him out and put him back? I bet he's not plugged his laptop in and now it's died. I'm going to kick Tim out and then we're going to see if he can come back. Tim's kicked himself out. Never mind. Wow, that was interesting. I'll just carry on as I was then. So the Coleman only stream. Enjoy the next 5 minutes before I panic and hang up the call. But yes, so this all kicked off. There was a bunch of backlash, and the reasoning Bungie gave is that they had an intern working on the development style sheets, and they ended up including some reference style sheets that they borrowed, which included this work, and it ended up getting repurposed into the game. Oh dear. Tim's back.
I'm back.
Tim is back.
The magic turning off and turning on.
What the hell happened there?
Basically, my mic and my camera and everything else is connected through a hub. That hub goes through a connector because there isn't a standard USB port. It's a USB-C or whatever it is these days, the new thing. So, and it's, I don't know, it's not happy, basically. I think it's just sticks out a bit too much. It's got a bit, I don't know.
They'll send you a new port. Right, where was I?
Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, this all kicked off. The big news was this was Fern Hook getting her stuff ripped off and put in the game. She's now spoken out to say that there's been a resolution behind the scenes, the scenes with Bungie. About her work being used, so we can now put it to bed.
They paid her.
However,
some
they've
money
said nothing.
To shut up, basically.
Yeah, basically. There's been nothing said about all the other people that were accusing. So maybe we'll look back into that at some point. That could be a fun little show to do one day.
I think they've got multiple problems with this now, though. Beyond the art being part of the problem. Okay, they've paid her off, and that might make them, that
no one's interested
less of a
in
problem.
The game.
I think the bigger problem, they
Arc Raiders.
Yeah, they put out the game. It didn't get a very good reception, and it wasn't the art that people had a problem with. It was the gameplay. Like, I think that was the bigger problem. They've now also got the multiple stage problem of, as you said, Arc Raiders now beaten to the punch, and now they've got a higher line to meet than they did before in terms of expectations. But then Sony also want a lot from this game, like having bought Bungie and not got a good return on their investment through Destiny. Like, this needs to hit and land, and it looks like that's going to be a big task for them now. No, like, I don't see how they get around that.
Well, I think behind the scenes, from watching a few different people talk about this, they paid a lot of different streamers to go, hey, play Marathon on stream, have a good old fun time. And they went, yeah, this is great. And then reportedly, as soon as their stream's done, switch it off, and then went over to the Arc Raiders beta. So that was the thing going on at the time. Anyway, moving on. So if you're not aware of Brianna White, she is a voice actor, and she voices the character of Aerith in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake. And
any relation to Walter White, or no?
Yes, she's related to a fictional character, Tim. Thank you for that, you blithering pillock. So she's put an appeal out online to say, please, can you stop tagging voice actors in your adult fan works featuring their characters?
Oh,
yeah, that's
a strange thing to have to say.
So I believe this started off with a conversation about AI repurposing people's voices and what have you, and then this went into, hey, weird fans keep making adult videos that include AI versions of our voices or recut versions of our voices with the characters that we play, and then they tag us in them. They show it to us. Tim, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to poor Brianna White?
I thought she'd be interested. Her dad says that was okay. Anyway, no, like, internet is weird, but like showing people that you're weird and perverted and thinking that they're going to be interested in your weird perversions, that's another thing entirely. Like, what are you doing? Like, what?
I kind of blame the culture that's built around adult entertainment that you subscribe to any person that signs up to a certain platform. I can't say it because YouTube has problems with that. Only Dan's, and
that may set it off.
Yeah, I think it kind of instills a confidence in certain people because they get to speak a certain way for paying to it, and therefore they can do that to anyone. I don't know. There's probably a psychological reason to look behind this, but apparently that's a problem I didn't know about. But if you're famous,
it's one of those weird things when they're having to make, like, it's obviously happened enough that she has to mention it. It's like when you see a weird sign somewhere and you're like, someone's done that enough that they felt the necessity to have to put a sign up, like like sign in the toilet saying "Do not eat the urinal cakes," and you're like,
yeah.
Why has that become necessary? Why is that a thing? Like, what the hell is going on?
It's it's old thing I remember reading about, and it was a laundrette out the front. It said open 7 days a week, including Saturdays and including weekends. And then someone came in to say, hey, you do realize if it's open 7 days a week, that would also include the weekends. And they went, yes, I've written that because the amount of people that still ask me. so
dumb.
We have to put labels on things for people.
Just anyway, not like this. Don't put labels of people's voice acting stuff on your porn. Don't do it.
Now, if you want to make AI adult videos of us and include our AI videos and stuff, then be sure to burn them to a Blu-ray and send them to Timothy Hibbs.
Give them to Dan.
Care of Tim at the Loading Bar in Stoke Newington.
Let's send it to Dan, and he won't have any idea because he won't listen back to this show, so he won't know what's coming. So send it to Dan. We'll put his address up at the end of the show.
As discussed last week, all adult content sent to Tim via the loading bar will be held for him, and they will not have a problem with that.
It's not true, and they will.
Receiving all Tim's mail.
No.
Please address it to Mr. November. Okay. We got a last bit. We don't really have to go into this too much. Splinter Cell, they're doing a remake. It's been waiting a while. The director of that remake, David Grivell, had left the project in 2022 and also left Ubisoft in 2022. He's announced this week he's come back to Ubisoft and is now also the director of the Splinter Cell remake. So
snuck back in the building.
I guess
probably through a series of vents. I would like to know. I know there's a lot of weird things going on at Ubisoft at the moment with splitting splitting everything in two and we've got Saudi funding or China funding or something. How is it? Tencent funding one side and another side is not Tencent funded, and the AAA titles are going here. We're going to make Assassin's Creed even bigger than we ever have before. We're definitely not going to do any of the bad things you don't want and then do the bad things you don't want. I know there's a lot of stuff that's going on. I would specifically like to know what's going on with Ubisoft and remakes at the moment. Prince of Persia, Splinter Cell, they can't get them out the door. What's happening? And what's with that Attack on Titan DLC for Assassin's Creed Shadows? Yes, right.
It looks ropey as hell.
Everything at Ubisoft is very weird. I predicted, I think, a while back that it seemed like the way they were setting things up, that they're literally exiting the building with all the valuables and loading all the debt on the stuff they've left behind, so it will collapse into a black hole of everything going on. There's some shady stuff going on in the business side of things from what I've seen. Allegedly, looks like maybe, possibly, but yeah, it just seems generally like they've got too big. It seems like it would be good for the company to split into two in some ways, basically. So it might be that this got so big that it's such a big juggernaut that it's hard to turn things around properly, because it does seem that a lot of games get stuck in this production hell with them. I don't know if it's a tax write-off thing or a dodgy scam like Skull and Bones. It seemed like it was as well, on investment and sinking stuff into that. But it does seem like some of the biggest franchises and some of their biggest IPs, they're just not able to get a steady stream of games going. And it seems weird because their whole thing was that they were set up to be factories that just kind of put out different Assassin's Creeds every year and all this type of stuff. And it's all you had to do was not pump out a new Assassin's Creed every year and put a few other different of your successful IPs into the mix, so that you had Assassin's Creed one year, Splinter Cell the next year. How many games now where we haven't had one for 5 or more years? And how many games have been stuck in development hell with them for almost a decade? It's just so bizarre. I don't understand the structure of the company and the way it operates.
Well, let's not forget, they did actually try, let's put out 2 Assassin's Creed games a year, plus a 2.5D version of the game and what other versions of the game we can put out. But yeah, it's very much Disney. Disney were at that point, if you remember, they acquired Star Wars, they started before the Fox acquisition, but they were working with the Avatar stuff. And their whole thing was going to be, okay, we put out a mainline Star Wars film for Christmas, and then we put out a side story Star Wars film for Christmas, and then the next year we put out a Avatar movie for Christmas, and then we repeat till the end of time. And then one year they went, we've put out too much Star Wars and everyone hates it. Let's work this out.
Pull the plug.
Yeah, basically.
I don't. Yeah. Stupid people making stupid business decisions seems to be massively overpay people that get paid a massive amount of money to do things really badly. Ubisoft, Disney, Xbox. What the hell is going on with these companies? There is an argument that businesses shouldn't be this big because they just seem to inevitably go bad when they do. Even though that's the way the world wants every business to go. They just want to buy every other business around them until they become too big to actually work properly. It's bizarre.
Yeah. All right. Let's wrap it up there. I think that's enough of the news this week. I actually found some headlines. Can you believe it? Yeah.
And we didn't talk about like the price of RAM going absolutely through the roof.
Dan's
as well.
not here.
We'll
Dan's
talk about
not
that
here.
when Dan's here. So
that's why Dan's away. He's off RAM hunting. RAM mining. Some people use RAM to, well, they used to use a lot of RAM to do some crypto mining. Dan uses his hands to RAM mine. He wants RAM.
That sounds all sorts of wrong.
Yeah, he's just shaking people in curries. Going, if you got any RAM,
give me the RAM. I need the RAM. Give me all your RAM.
All right.
He's RAM raiding. That's what he's doing. RAM raiding curries.
If you wanna support the show, then be sure to go to bigredbarrel.com/store. That'll whisk you off to our cool merch store, which has t-shirts and mugs and stickers and all the merch you could shake a stick at. But don't, because you might break a mug.
Someone bought Dan's face this week.
Oh no!
Dan's face on a t-shirt.
Was it Dan?
Probably.
Can we roll that out?
Doesn't tell me who it is, so I don't know.
Might be if it's a person I know. Okay. Yes. bigredbarrel.com/store. And also, Tim, Tabletop Tuesday. What was the mystery game last week?
It didn't happen.
Oh, no. What's the phrase? You've stacked up my hopes and dashed them down. Well done, sir.
We still had a good turnout. We're running games of Blood in the Clock Tower.
Well, yeah, you showed a mystery game.
And we gave away 2 prizes. So it was still good. We gave away 1 prize to people that played Blood in the Clock Tower and 1 prize to people that played anything else. And they were both games, so they were good prizes.
Okay.
So
not like good. Small packs of Haribo you picked up on the way.
No. Not rubbish prizes, good ones. Although, speaking of Tabletop Tuesday, I would say each and every Tuesday we do an event called Tabletop Tuesday at the Loading Bar in Stoke Newington. But I'm not going to say that this week, Coleman, because we're not doing one this Tuesday.
Oh, no?
No.
Oh, this is the charity event.
Charity event next week. The people from outside Xbox are doing a thing called Jingle Jam. It is in aid of War Child, so it's for a really good cause. You can buy tickets and go along to that. So if you are so inclined to do so, please do so and go support the fine people at Outside Xbox, and as they support the fine people at War Child, doing some good in the world, in a world that desperately needs it these days. So please go support them. Even though you won't be able to support us this week, you can support them in a much better way. So that'll be good.
Sweet.
And with them, we will be back for the 16th of December for our Christmas special, and I'll have more details of that next week.
Cool. Tabletop Tuesday happening later.
Yeah. And that'll be the final one of the year as well. So there won't be any more this year apart from the 16th of December. Yeah.
All right. If you've enjoyed this show, you're a weirdo and you got weird taste and you're a weird smelly face, but we love you all the same. Be sure to go to bigredbarrel.com.
Don't call people a weird smelly face, Coleman, just because that's bad marking. That's almost Xbox levels of marking.
Okay, like, if you've enjoyed this show, you've got weird taste and not a smelly face.
Not a weird smelly face.
Be sure to go to bigredbarrel.com. That is the website that hosts this here podcast. And while you're there, you can read articles, you can check out podcasts, you can look at videos and things that are available.
Jamie did a fine review of Arc Raiders this week.
He did. I still want to play that game, even though I read through it, but it was very eye-opening. Yes, bigredbarrel.com. Go there for stuff.
Just
and
a bit of reading advice, Coleman. You should open your eyes before reading in general. It's much better that way.
I read through the whole damn thing while I was putting it up on the website. Thank you very much, sir.
You said it was eye-opening. How could you read something with your eyes closed, Coleman?
Oh, I can't find my fail horn.
Boring.
Be sure to click on all the.
Find my fail horn.
Do you know what? Just for that, you're going to wait for it.
Okay, good. Kill. That's my back home.
If you, where was I? Social media. Dan, you throw me all off now.
I did.
Social media, go check us out on social media. It was all the thing, whatever. It sucks. Discord, bigredbarrel.com/Discord. Go there, sign up. Well done. Tim broke the show. Well done, Tim. Coleman needs a break. Tim broke the show.
Well, you said you needed a break. So
There
it's
you go.
broken.
Keeping
now.
that up.
There you go.
It's clown now. It's clown.
I did it for you, Coleman.
Crying frog. There we go. Pepe or whatever that is. Right. What were we doing? Thank you for
Getting the hell out of here.
Show podcast BRB UK 659. Coleman, me, Dan, no.
No, Dan.
You say I might have been.
Oh, right, yeah. I might have been Tim.
Cool. Podcast bye now. Good. Goodbye.
Totally broken. Worst episode ever, Coleman.
Worst podcast episode. BRB UK. Boom.
You and your ears are quite welcome for the podcasting goodness that you just heard. Why not roll on over to BigRedBarrel.com for more podcasts, news, reviews, and videos from the biggest, reddest site on the internet, BigRedBarrel.com.
Put off it because it felt a bit like a poor man's Balatro.
Right.
And I had heard it referred to as Balatro, and I think it does scratch very similar itches in terms of it's kind of using the basis of